Yo, what's up everybody? Robot Vice here, bringing you another episode of the first 10 minutes. This episode is from Tier 8 Battle Cup last night. I was playing with Derp, KVH, Pizza Dad, and Yoda, and I think that's it. Pizza Dad, KVH, Yoda, Derp, and I. So start out down bottom. I start with an Orb of Venom, and I end up getting the first blood. So the first thing I fly out is a shield. We're not really sure. This kind of happens in the higher level games, where no one really knows how the lanes are going to be. So we scout out the Enchantress down bottom. So we want to dodge that lane because they're trying to dodge our PA. They want to put the Enchantress away from the PA because that's kind of a counter to that Enchantress, the AA PA. So I fly out a shield right away because I can. It's before the minute mark, so the mid doesn't need the courier right away. And I'm just chilling. I'm floating around, and I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Tiny's running up top, so we get our lanes correct. And I might as well just kind of hang out around here and try to make a play down bottom, see what's going on. So already starting off well. You can see by the net worth I got the first blood, so sitting easy. I've got a shield oov, so life is great for me right now. Scout out this Dark Willow. I just get a little pressure on her by sharding her in here. Some good damage. I see her turn around here. I'm like, we can kill her, so I block her in a little bit. And I just need one more hit, and so now I'm 2-0. I salve up. This was Grand Finals, by the way. Previous to this, I played a game of Undying in the first round, and then I played a game of Techies, which you guys saw in the last video. But this is just an episode of the first 10 minutes. I had a couple people request they wanted to see Tuskar, so this is kind of the way I play him in this situation. This is a pretty high-level game. Everybody's immortal. Maybe one Divine 5 on the other team. So DK's kind of low, and I'm rotating in. So I get a nice shards here, block them off, and I nab up the kill again. I probably should have given that to my mid laner, but that's life. So in retrospect here, thinking retroactively, I might have gone to the secret shop and got a bottle, but I have a Tiny and a Zeus. I know my Zeus is going to get a bottle. In fact, he already has one. And most Tiny players do get a bottle, so I think that's why I decided that I didn't want to get one. So it's 2 minutes now. I'm not even level 2, but I'm 3-0, and I've got boots, oov, shield, and I'm even bringing out another salve with me up to the top lane. So my idea is to go top now, and I see Tiny's using his last bit of regen, so that's why I picked up the salve in case he needed one. I communicated with him and asked him if he wanted anything from base so he could drop it. Because if you didn't know, your teammates can drop items and you can pick them up and then you can bring them to them instead of them having to use the courier. So I just waste my shards here just to kind of force out the Q from Wyvern, which is not bad. I let my Tiny know that I have a salve. I was thinking about placing a ward here, but I think I hesitated and I ended up switching it out. Maybe I lay it. I don't know. So we know his Q's down here, so we get a shards, and I land a kill for my Tiny. So 4 kills on the map, and I'm actually the highest net worth in the game. Almost. I was, but still pretty cool to see the impact a position 4 can have in a good game. So this is a lane I really don't like for me. Because my shards, Spectre can just Spectral Dagger over the shards and she doesn't get blocked by them. And the Wyvern can just Q over it. So I salve up my Tiny. Like I said, I brought out the salve. It was intended for him. And I'm like, let's get going. Just make something happen here. Just put some pressure. I see the Wyverns here, so I'm like, oh, shit. And I start realizing how much damage we're actually doing to this Spectre. So I decide to snowball in. And we end up finding the kill. So it works out. I just dropped my ward here. You know, hopefully they don't deward it. We'll see if they do. I forget if they did or not. But I end up putting it down here. And Tiny is kind of moving towards going back to base. But then he ends up going to the secret shop to get a bottle, like I said. I thought about getting a bottle at the time. but it really wasn't the best, just because I realized there was 2 bottle carriers on our team.
Illusion.
So Willow TP's up top. Nice play by the Tiny to TP back home. So right now I'm just sitting up here sapping XP. We realize that there's 3 heroes in the top lane. It's just a solo Enchantress down bottom. My PA's free farming. My Zeus is doing well. And as long as the Tiny and I are trading in this lane, everything's all good. She's just denying everything, so I'm not getting a lot of XP. You can see I looked bottom. I was considering TPing down there just because there's really no point in me being up here. I probably could have contested CS on the Spectre, but I was just a little bit worried that the Willow and Wyvern were just missing off the map, and I'm sure they're just sitting right behind her right now.
Dire's middle tower is drowning.
And bounty runes are coming up. I screw up here. I realize this camp's blocked. So I actually buy a sentry ward. I should have been quicker and got onto these bounties, but I didn't. So they end up walking away with the bounties there because of 2-2 trade because my AA got them. I realize this camp's blocked, so I fly out a sentry, and I really want to see how much duration. So yeah, the camp was blocked, and I was like, all right, I can deward this. And when I got the sentry finally, I was sitting there like, what is happening? Zeus finds a double kill, gets a nice ulti to finish off the Spectre. I'm like, let's unblock this camp. I just want to get the D-ward for XP and gold, but it literally just disappeared. So really unfortunate for me. But another thing I want to mention to you guys is if you ever know and you're 100% certain that a ward is somewhere, it is worth you, even as a carry, to buy a sentry and deward it yourself. You get experience, and you get more gold back from, you know, the sentry cost. You'll get like 120 to 180 gold, depending on the time in the game. And it's worth more than a sentry. And you get experience, like quite a bit of experience. Excuse me. My throat just kind of, whatever. So definitely worth it, even as a position 4, even as a position 1, to get some D-wards in. I like keep trying to sap XP in lanes, but these guys are super good about denying. It's 10-0 right now, but this game really was, we just started off super well. Their Spectre ended up getting some items, and it took a little bit longer to go. I see Zeus TPing in. I get some shards down, and I have my snowball. I'm ready to use it. I take the Zeus with me, and we find the DK kill. This Enchantress is having a rough one. This PA pick was super clutch for us. Really helped us out. So now I'm just running back up to the top lane. I have Tranquil Boots coming out. I'm ready to get those. They're on the courier, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get them. Zeus picks off the Spectre. I think they scout me out somehow. I want to see, actually. They scout me out here. I snowball in, and he gets this cold embrace off. So I'm like, what do I do here? And I'm trying to finish this kill. I really want to. But I know my Tiny's coming back up. So he tosses a unit over to the Willow. And I'm like, which kill are we going to find? I want to get the Wyvern, but we end up just getting this kill. Then Spectre haunts in. I snowball to try to survive a little bit longer. I run. Oh. The Tiny tosses the Spectre away onto the Winter Wyvern and then finishes off the Winter Wyvern. And gosh, playing with these guys, man, after playing just like pub matches forever, playing with like some actual like semi-pro or used to be semi-pro players, it's just so nice. It is just amazing. These guys are all like top 200 NA. Pretty high level players. You can see it kind of turns in to a stomp here, but it ends up balancing out in the later game, and there were some pretty cool plays. But I think for this game, just because I want to upload my rotations in the first 10 minutes, and somebody requested a Tuskar video, and this was Grand Finals of the Tier 8 Battle Cup. So I nab up a CS from KVH. I call it lane tax. Anywhere I go, I'll be taxing. I stack up this camp, and just always pay attention to timings, guys. If you can stack a camp for your carries, it's super good, always. So now I'm rotating around to mid. I think they scout me out here, so the DK just backs up. It's now 9 minutes in the game. I've almost got an Urn of Shadows. I've got Shield. I've got Ooze. I've got a full Magic Wand. And I've got Tranquils. So life is damn good. I fly out 2 TP scrolls and a smoke. And I want to... The big thing about this game is shutting down the Spectre. Even if you have this gigantic lead at 10 minutes, this game is not nearly over. But here we go. Snowball in. I deny the tower. And then I shards, and we finish off the DK. So I get the tower deny. I guess we'll rewind so you guys can check it out a little bit slower and see what happens.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So DK's trying to man up on this tower. You see how low it is. He's trying to man up on the tower, gets one more hit. And I just deny the tower with the snowball rolling to stun him. And then we finish him off. Just a little icing on the cake. So 950 now. I'm positioning myself to secure these bounty runes with Tiny. I take a look at him to see if his bottle's good, if he's got enough bottle charges before I pick up the bounty rune. And I'm like, yo, Yoda, I saved you the bounty, or I actually picked it up. Did I pick it up? Maybe I picked it up. I find the Spectre, I snowball in right away in thinking about this in a different way. I didn't know Tiny's stun was on CD. It's a level 1 avalanche, so it has a 20-second CD. And that costs us about 2 seconds more, and Tiny's avalanche is off CD, and we can find that kill. So I kind of regret going in and snowballing. I just didn't want him to be able to run back in the trees too much. But anyways, guys, this has been another episode of the first 10 minutes. This is Tuskar. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will be back soon with another video and another episode of the first 10 minutes. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace.